Have you already filed for bankruptcy and now you're considering filing bankruptcy again? Maybe you're filing to stop a foreclosure, halt a wage garnishment, or buy some time from collection activity. Here's what most people don't realize. Filing bankruptcy multiple times can seriously backfire on you. Yes, it's legal to file again, but filing repeatedly, especially after your case is dismissed, can cost you key protections such as the automatic stay and in some cases even lead to a bankruptcy investigation and fraud charges. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what a serial filing means, how the court treats multiple filings, and what to do if you're overwhelmed in a situation where you've already filed bankruptcy. Hi, I'm Perlman. I'm a consumer bankruptcy attorney. For the last 30 years, I've helped thousands of people get the financial fresh start that they deserve. If you're feeling buried by debt, whether that's credit cards or personal loans, you are not alone. My office offers free, confidential consultations so that you can understand what your rights are. So, let's talk about what happens if you file bankruptcy more than once and, more importantly, how to protect yourself. What is the serial bankruptcy filing? Serial bankruptcy filing refers to multiple bankruptcy cases, often filed close together, especially when previous cases were dismissed before their completion. While bankruptcy law allows you to file bankruptcy more than once, the system has built-in mechanisms to prevent abuse. Let's say you file Chapter 13, but ultimately your case gets dismissed because you didn't comply with a court order, you missed your Chapter 13 payments, or you failed to provide the court documents that were required. A few months later, you file again and again. Each time you file, you're triggering an automatic stay that delays creditors. But if you haven't followed through, there could be consequences. So what happens if you file bankruptcy more than once? Each new bankruptcy case you file doesn't come with the same protections that you had in the first case. If you've had one prior filing within the last year, you need to prove to the court that you have changed circumstances if you file again. And equally as important, the automatic stay will only last 30 days unless you can demonstrate to the court affirmatively that you have changed circumstances and have filed in good faith this time around. If you've had 2 dismissals within the last year, there is no automatic stay, and you have to file a special motion to prove to the court that this case has merit and is being filed in good faith. It's really important to know that if you can't secure the automatic stay and you filed again, creditors can continue collections, foreclosures, sheriff sales, and lawsuits, even while you file that new bankruptcy case. And each time you file, the burden shifts to you to prove how this case is going to be different than your last, and it can be very challenging to prove good faith. What are the legal consequences of serial filing, and what happens as it relates to the abuse? Courts are cracking down on serial filers who misuse the system. In a real bankruptcy case, U.S. versus Williams, a woman filed her bankruptcy 5 times in 6 years to repeatedly stop foreclosures on her condo. She never completed a plan, and she didn't file in good faith. In fact, she even transferred property to a friend to manipulate the court process. The outcome here was a 46-month sentence in federal prison for bankruptcy crimes and abuse. Most people aren't out to commit bankruptcy fraud. They're just scared and stuck. But if you file again without legal guidance or consideration, you could lose significant protections that you otherwise would have had. So, how soon can you file for bankruptcy again? There are mandatory waiting periods between bankruptcy discharges. These vary depending on what chapter you filed previously. And remember, this is measured from filing to filing. So if you initially filed a Chapter 7 and you'd like to file another Chapter 7, you'll have to wait 8 years from your original filing. If you filed a Chapter 13 previously and now you want to file a Chapter 7, there's a 6-year period of waiting. If you initially filed a Chapter 7 and now you want to file a Chapter 13, there is a 4-year waiting period from the date of your original filing. And if you filed a Chapter 13 originally and it's your position you're eligible for another 13, there is a 2-year waiting period. Filing too soon means that you could walk away owing all of your debts and have no discharge. So, should you file bankruptcy again? A second or even a third bankruptcy can be valid, but it's going to depend on your circumstances. But if you do file again, it should be with a full understanding of your history, your income, your expenses, and your changed circumstances. And that's where we come in. I'm Perlman, a trusted bankruptcy lawyer helping clients all around New Jersey. If you're feeling overwhelmed or you have significant financial pressure, don't file on your own. Call us today for a free, confidential consultation. We'll help you move forward with clarity and confidence so that you can know if you're filing again that it's going to be in good faith and work for you.